Okay. All right, well, in that case, let's move on to our penultimate startup of the afternoon. This is Yaron Samid and Raphael Uzan from BillGuard.
That's for you.
Who brought chocolate.
Exactly. Okay, you guys ready for the last demo of the day? I am Yaron Samid, CEO of BillGuard, and this is my co-founder and CTO, Raphael. And we are so excited today to unveil the world's first antivirus for bills. Now, I want to get started by telling you the personal story that got us to this stage here today. Let me wait for the slides. While they're doing that, I'll tell you the story. It was a year and a half ago that Mike, if you're out here somewhere, posted a story on TechCrunch about a credit card scam that was hitting millions of people. We'll see it in a second. A friend of mine who'd been hit by the very same scam calls me up and says, hey, you should check your bill too. Let's bring it up. Let's go to the story. This is the post that was up on TechCrunch a year and a half ago. That buddy of mine calls me up and goes, hey, you should check your bill too. Turns out I was spending over $12 a month for over 6 months without even knowing. Now you see, my friend is one of these people who checks their credit card bills meticulously, line item by line item. I, on the other hand, well, let's just say don't. But I'm like 9 out of 10 people in this audience here today. We almost never check our bills. And the sad truth is, it's not only hackers, but legitimate merchants that are taking advantage of us. So much so that the average American will lose over $300 this year to stuff we simply miss. Things like hidden charges, billing errors, forgotten subscriptions. Paul, this one's for you, man. Scams and flat-out fraud. Card fraud alone will cost consumers over $7 billion this year, and the banks will catch only a third of it. The rest is up to us. Now, there is some good news. People actually do catch and report tens of thousands of bad charges every day. Millions more post their complaints online. But even with all that knowledge out there, guess who's still losing money? You. That's right. Now, what if you could actually harness all of that collective knowledge? What if you could simply get an alert anytime a charge on your bill is flagged by anyone else out there on theirs? Introducing BillGuard, the people-powered antivirus for our bills. With BillGuard, we're now safer together. Let's check out the app. Now, the first thing you need to know about BillGuard is that once you register the cards you'd like to protect, that's it. You're done. There's nothing else you need to do. BillGuard will do a daily scan of your credit card activity and email you when your attention is required. What you're looking at here is live data for my personal Amex card. This is not a demo, this is live. For every transaction that came into my card, BillGuard ran over 100 automated tests. But all that complicated algorithm work that we do, it's distilled down to simply showing me that in this case, I'm 94% clean, but have 3 transactions that require my review. Let's check them out. So this first one, from a supposedly free service that I didn't even realize I was paying for. Let's check that one out. BillGuard tells me that 4 other users have flagged it as misleading advertising. Now, I can flag it too, and BillGuard will give me detailed instructions on how to cancel a service and even how to get my money back. In phase 2, we'll actually go get your money back for you. BillGuard also gives me structured metadata to help me understand the transaction, and look down below, a merchant transaction reliability score that one day you'll see that badge on e-commerce sites all across the web telling you whether it's safe or not to shop there. Now, if I still don't understand the transaction, I can ask a question of fellow customers or privately to BillGuard. Let's try another transaction. Now this one, from the name, seems perfectly harmless, booksrun.com. BillGuard was able to trace the origins of the website to a Russian DNS server. Not that I have any problems with Russian DNS servers. Some of my best friends own Russian DNS servers. But in this case, this DNS server was linked to fraudulent sites, and BillGuard cross-referenced that knowledge with validated complaints online. Now, Raphael, I'm definitely sure about this one. Flag that. And with that simple click, we've not only helped validate BillGuard's assumptions, but we potentially saved thousands of other people who have that charge on their bill. Now, we have a bunch of other cool tools for you spotters out there, like being able to see all of your recurring charges and lightning-fast filters. So, for example, being able to show all my transactions below $5. Let's summarize. BillGuard makes it one click easy for anyone to flag a transaction on their bill, analyzes millions of transactions from banks, and scours the web for complaints. All that data feeds the brain that scans your card activity daily and alerts you when your attention is required. Let's talk business. BillGuard is in the business of protecting your money. That's why we even pioneered a business model. We call it better than free. Because when you start using BillGuard, you stop losing money. Now, you don't think that applies to you? The good news is you can find out absolutely free with your primary card. When you're convinced and want to protect all the cards in your wallet, you can upgrade to our premium version for only $4 a month later this year. That covers unlimited cards.
10 seconds.
BillGuard is available today for the over 181 million Americans who own a credit card or a debit card. And we'll be expanding internationally and adding additional bill types like cell phone bills, which you guys know are riddled with hidden charges. We're delivering BillGuard directly to consumers, but I'm also very excited to tell you that we're in talks with 3 of the top US banks to deliver BillGuard as a native part of their banking experience. And later this year, we'll make announcements with leading identity theft and antivirus companies for major distribution to their customers. All that starts here today, and we are so honored that you are such a big part of our young history. BillGuard is available at BillGuard.com starting now.
That's BillGuard. I have to say, I would have liked to see some gnomes. There were no
Gnomes, sorry.
All right, so I heard somebody say, I have no comments, which is either good or bad.
I thought that was awesome.
Thank you.
Totally mind-blowing. I think your product's great.
Thank you.
I think the problems that you thought through is excellent. I think no questions right now.
Wow.
Good for them.
Thank you.
I think that's a positive.
I think so.
I think it's a win.
Yeah, this is a home run. I mean, this is easy business. You know, the only questions I have would be, why charge the $4? Why not take a cut and just sort of do I don't like, the only things that I think would really bother me about the bottle is I have to go every month and deal with it. I'd rather you just email me and say, here are the 4 things I found. And then if I think they're fraud and you've got a large enough group, I'd rather you represent me and you keep a cut of whatever you save me.
Okay, so first of all, we do send you a monthly scan report. And whenever you have alerts, we email you. So you don't have to do anything. You can kind of forget about BillGuard. We'll come get your attention. Regarding the business model and taking a cut, okay, we actually, when we first came up with the idea for the company, said we'll just take 10% of whatever we find you.
Yeah.
Okay? But, and this is very much core to the DNA of our company, today, merchants have their hands in your pocket. We don't want to be part of that stream. What we want to tell you is that we're protecting your money. We're helping stop the leak. And we think we're building enough value that you're willing to pay $48 a year to be covered.
But I think you get more money. In other words, I think if you said, we get to keep 50% of whatever money we get you back,
Yeah.
I'd be totally cool with that. Because you're catching the ones that are sort of slipping by.
Right.
I would have lost all of it. So if you represented as essentially a group, everyone else who sort of stuck their head up and said, hey, that books run wasn't me, keep 50%. You did me a huge service.
Okay.
Where you keep
feedback. Thank you.
50% of the people who didn't raise their hand, and the people who raised their hand and pointed out that problem get it all for free.
Yeah, I was just, same thing. How do you reward spotters? I mean, I'd like to tip the spotter who caught it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'd be happy to throw a couple of dollars to whoever.
So we're going to do that for you.
Yeah.
We're going to be recognizing top spotters, bit of game mechanics. We're also going to let them know how many people they've actually helped, how much money they've helped save the community, and they'll be well rewarded.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's the value of the thank you note, right? Just having some random person thank you for doing something is pretty powerful.
That's very true.
Susan?
Yeah, I'm going to sign up for this. I mean, I think it's totally fantastic. I'm really excited you're doing it, which is probably a good sign if most of the judges up here think I want this. I also think that there's a great emotional sell here because we're all so pissed off about these people who we know are scamming us. And I've got charges on bills that I've had for years, and I can't figure out what the company is. There's no website for it, but they keep taking money from me, $3 a month, $6 a month. So I think that you'll have a huge rooting interest from the general population because you're going after the bad guys.
By the way, on that point, a bank maintains a call center just to take calls from customers who don't understand charges, who want to dispute them. The amount of money they're spending just to process chargebacks from answering phones is billions of dollars. So that's part of our actual second phase of our business when we're integrating with the banks to automate the entire resolution management process online rather than a phone call. So we're giving you more information to pretty much understand what every transaction is on your bill, and then when you need your money back, we'll go get it for you.
What did you do before this?
So this is my third company. Before this, I built a company called Pando. Pando today is a very profitable company with over 40 million users. We're consumer web people. All of our guys in R&D are data scientists, mathematicians, security experts, and we're really excited about blending the knowledge of how to build great consumer experience in order to harness consumer knowledge with deep IP in data mining and algorithmic work. It's a blend that's working so far very well.
It's great.
I just love the fact that Lifeguard basically paid for all your branding.
Thank you.
Because everyone's going to think you're another product from them, and they spent a fortune getting out there, and it's
they did.
Whether people believe it or not, it actually works in your favor.
The awareness is actually very, very high, especially because of the economic, meltdown. People are very sensitive to maintaining their credit, and the American culture is built on credit, and so card fraud has actually been ranked in a survey back in 2009 as a top concern before terrorism.
I think the brand you're creating is powerful with that shield that you said you're going to put on all websites. And I mean, from a customer acquisition strategy, every time you show up at a website and see this little thing safeguarding you, you're going to want to get involved too. So I think that's well thought out too.
Remind me to get you a T-shirt.
Yeah.
How many months back can you go? In terms, can I load in? You
we
go
take
3 years
the
back?
last 90 days. In your first scan, last 90 days, and then we go from there.
All right, any last questions? Wow, everyone's sold.
Thank you, guys.
It's BillGuard.
Thank you.
Thanks for the chocolate. All right, so we come to the last startup of the day. This is the audience choice winner from Startup Alley. The company is called Happy Toy Machine, and I hope they're ready to come on. Yep.